Yo, what up, what up? Look. I'm gonna break it down for you guys the simplest way possible, okay? If you guys follow these steps, you will not lose wholesaling real estate. There's a lot of things you gotta do, okay? First off, don't get stuck studying, watching YouTube videos like this one. Take what you've learned after this video, go out and do it, okay? This video, some of you guys are just gonna watch it and the knowledge is just gonna go past you. Some of you guys is gonna actually go out here, get this knowledge, get this bag, change your life. And now when I say about change your life, I ain't talking about you're gonna be a millionaire overnight. Obviously, that comes with a lot of hard work and dedication, but it's gonna happen for you if you put in that work and you have that dedication. Guys, so what I'm going to do tonight, man, I'm going to go over what I believe is the simplest method of wholesaling real estate. No, you do not need an LLC at first. After this first deal that I show you, you're going to go and take some of that money and you're going to go get you an LLC and you're going to get you some business liability insurance as well as a business checking account, okay? You're going to do that after you get this money if you ain't got the money for that, okay? Or if you ain't got that set up already, as soon as I show you how to cash this first check, you make sure you get that done, okay? So look, I'm gonna start with a house, all right? I'm gonna just simply start with a house. All right, this is my house, all right? Simple house. My daughter stole my markers, so, but, start with a house, simple house, okay? We're gonna start with a house. It ain't gotta be a beautiful house. It's just a house, a few windows, you know what I'm saying? Now say this house, let's just say, guys, for instance, this house is abandoned, right? Now we always riding around, the neighborhoods or whatever, if you're from this section of a city or not. If not, I'm not talking to you, but I will bring something relative to you in a moment. Just say you driving around your neighborhood, there's abandoned buildings, abandoned houses, empty fields that sit next to abandoned houses, things of this nature, right? So what you're gonna do is, for real, people always wondering why these buildings still up. Like, why that abandoned buildings still up? Like, why don't they tear it down? Why don't the city tear it down? Whatever. That building still contains what's called equity. That building is still holds equity, right? Cash price to us may be unknown. Equity, the cash price of that equity, we don't know, right? So the only way a city can really take that property is through things like eminent domain, stuff like that. But if the property owner is keeping the grass cut, paying his taxes, whatever, and it's not too bad on the code violation side, that building can sit there for years. This is why buildings in our neighborhood sit for years, because those buildings still hold equity. Now the equity in those buildings is what's going to get you paid. Pay attention. So we find this house in the hood right here. Or excuse me, stop. Wait, I gotta back up a little bit. Because I said I was going to explain it to where if you didn't have these situations in your neighborhood. Okay, so let's just say that Johnny's mom, down 3 houses down, died. That was Johnny's grandfather's house. That house went to Johnny's dad, and now that house is gone. That house is gone. Okay, so the bank's about to foreclose on that home. So what we need to do is get in there, get a contract signed, save that equity, sell that home, right? Same situation. So what we're gonna do here is, let's just say this house has tall grass is the reason why we stopped, because the house got tall grass. So say the house got tall grass on it, you know, tall grass everywhere, all over the house. It's tall grass, right? So what we did was we ended up getting the address of this property. So we ended up getting the address. So we got the address of the property. Now what we did was, now we got the address of the property. Now since we got the address of the property, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to one of the systems, right, that's out here, and we're gonna do what's called a skip trace. Okay, so what a skip trace does, it literally pulls public records, right, and pretty much gives you a list of numbers, emails, sometimes family members' numbers and emails that may or may not be tied to this property. Depending on the skip trace service that you use, you're pretty much gonna, sometimes it's hit or miss, but depending on who you use, I'm not gonna plug anybody right now at this moment, but I use pretty good skip tracing. So you got your address, now you want to skip trace, right? You want to skip trace. So now that you've skip traced the address, you actually got the homeowner's phone number. You got their phone number, right? So now, before you call the homeowner, you gotta make sure you know how much this house selling for as is. Alright, how much this house sell for as is. Right? So we gotta find out how much this house sell for as is, okay? So what we did was we looked on, let's say, Zillow, right? Because what we're gonna do is we need to find a property that's comparable to this one, right? We need to find a property that has the same bid, minus or plus one. Same bed, minus or plus one, same bath. Minus or plus one. Same square feet. If it's a single family home, we gotta go same square feet. Same square feet, plus or minus 250. Right? And then we gotta go same year build. Same year build, minus plus 5 years. All right, same year built, minus or plus 5 years, and square feet, same square feet. Same square feet lot size. Minus or plus 1,500 square feet. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, and they've been sold within the last 6 months. right? So when we're looking for comparable properties to see what this property is being bought for as is, we're going to have to use this formula to find these properties. So let's just say that we actually use that formula to find a property, and we found out that the properties are being bought for 30 to 50K as is, right? And then what we did was we found out what they're being bought for once there was rehab, right? This is what we call our ARV, after rehab value. Okay, so we found out that this house is being bought for $165K to 195K, right? So now we can get the owner a call. So now we're going to get the owner a call. So now that we've given the owner a call, we got to make an offer to the owner, right? So say you made an offer with the owner, you and the owner came up with $45,000 for the offer. The offer was $45K. Now your seller agreed. So now what you and the seller have to do is enter into what's called a purchase and sale agreement. Now this agreement, guys, has to be assignable, but it doesn't have to be assignable. The reason why I say it has to be assignable and it doesn't have to be assignable is because if the contract says it's not assignable, then it's not assignable. But if the contract says it doesn't say it's not assignable, you can assign any contract as long as it says it's not assignable. So what we did, we came to the terms for the $45,000. Me and the seller. We came to agreement with $45,000. So now that I got a signable contract to buy this property, this gonna take us all the way back to that equity, right? So now we have an equitable contract, right? So now we have an equitable contract, right? So now it's on us. So now we got to assign this contract to somebody. We got to assign it to somebody, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to market it, right? First thing you want to do when you marketing the real estate property, you want to show it to your family and friends. Right? Show it to your family and friends. I'm sure. So I don't even know why I be writing that high. But I need the space. So show it to your family and friends first. Right? What people call your sphere of influence. Right? Show that joint to your family and friends first. Right? And then, if no one in your family and friends want this thing, ask your friends' friends. Have your friends ask their friends, right? Because you never know who's moving, who's looking to buy a house, right? So you ask your friends' right? So you have your friends. Now, after you've exhausted those two, and you don't have anyone else to call, I usually go to what's called GoSection8.com. It's a place where property managers and landlords actually list their properties for rent. So we're going to use GoSection8.com. So we're going to go to GoSection8.com, right? And what we're going to do from GoSection8.com, we're going to call the landlords. Right? So we're going to call the landlords on GoSection8.com. Let those guys know, hey, I got a property in your area that I'm trying to sell. You know, let me know. Go by, see the property. Let me know what you think. If you're interested, you know, we can set up a time and a place to, you know, discuss and do business. Another option is Facebook. Right? You can throw this on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, right? Now, as long as the property is off market, you're good to go. And what I mean by off market is not listed by a realtor anywhere. It's not listed by a real estate agent anywhere, is what I say when I mean off market. Then you also got Craigslist. Craigslist is a good place to sell properties still. Right, so then you got Craigslist. Right? Hold on. Got a market property. So you market the property to your friends and family, whatever. So let's just say through our marketing, we actually got us a buyer, right? So now that we got a buyer, we already know what they're being bought for. We got a contract for 45. We already know what they sell for, right? So let's just say this place needs nothing. Just for the example, let's just say that this place needs nothing. It needs no rehab, no nothing. Just maybe some updates. You guys are not gonna worry about that at all. Don't even worry about that. If they ask you, tell them you don't know, you can send a guy over, get a free estimate on how much the repairs cost, but you guys don't worry about that. Trust me. So, through the marketing, we actually found a buyer. Okay, well, we found a buyer over here. Okay, Joe Schmo the buyer. He's the cash buyer. This joker here, he's the cash buyer. So me and the cash buyer, we actually agreed on a contract for $55K. Me and the buyer, right? I literally got $5K over what they usually asking for properties in the area, right? So me and the cash buyer, we gonna sign what's called an assignment agreement. Just like this one. This is the assignable agreement that me and the seller has, the purchase and sale assignable agreement. But me and the buyer only has to do an assignment agreement. So me and the seller, we got an assignment agreement for $55,000. So now, I literally got so now, hold on, wait. So now, I gotta take this contract and this contract to the title company. I gotta take both these contracts to the title company. That's the title company. So, once I take these two contracts to the title company is going to send our seller a check for $45K, and then Told y'all I'm a little short dude. The title company gonna shoot you. $10K. See how fast you just made $10K? Can you see it? I mean, so the first thing you're going to do is get the property, right? You're going to get the property. Bam, we got the property. We got the contract, the assignable agreement. Bam. We got the assignment agreement from the buyer. The title company, seller get closed, buyer get paid. Buyer gets property, we get $10K. Just like that. Like there's nothing, about it. So, guys, once again, when you comping the property rules. Same bed minus 1 plus 1. Same bath, minus 1 plus 1. Same square feet, plus or minus 250. Same year built, plus or minus 5 years. Same lot size, plus or minus 1,500 square feet. So within the last 6 months. Now, this is actually going to give you what to offer the owner, right? Once you get the address and you trace the owner, you got his phone number, call the owner, make that offer for that 45. You and the owner will agree. Now you have equitable interest into that property, which you can assign because you used an assignment contract. You found you a buyer after marketing. You and your buyer agreed on 55. Both contracts went to the title company. The seller got 45,000. You got 10. Now, I can't say you did this with no money because you drove around. You drove around, wasted a little gas money. You drove around, wasted a little gas money, and then you spent 15 cents to get this phone number to make this whole deal go down. If you ain't got no printer, you went to the library, paid 50 cents a page or however your library pay it, but $10,000 out of less than $5 you just spent. Yeah. So, so guys, man, like anytime you guys need me, man, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? My number will be right here at the bottom of the screen. Just hit me up at any time, man. We can give you guys one-on-one coaching on this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, man, easy access to us, non-stop. If you up for coaching, man, like I said, just hit my line right here or hit me on my email as well. And you know what I'm saying? I can get with you, man. Most of my days I'm free because I'm making money the easy way. So, you know what I'm saying? I can pick up the phone and holler at you if I ain't got nothing going on. So like I said, man, just give me a call on it, man. My number right here on the screen. Yes, sir.